Buenas noches, miembros del concilio.
Good evening, City Council members.
Es un gusto estar en este nuevo año con ustedes,
I'm pleased to be here in this new year with you.
con las personas de la City Hall.
With people from the city,
Les pido que busquemos soluciones.
I'm asking you for solutions.
Invito a la gente de East
Can
Palo
I
Alto.
just interrupt you? Can you get on this side so
Yes.
we can share the mic so that others can hear as well? Let's do it.
Invito a las personas
I'm inviting the people
a que nos ayuden a buscar soluciones.
that they help us to find solutions.
Les agradezco a los miembros del City Hall pues su ayuda.
I thank the City Hall Council members for their help.
Tenemos problemas con los baños ahorita
We have
porque la
problems with the
compañía
bathrooms right now because the company
no viene a limpiarlos
does not
periódicamente.
service them periodically.
Tenemos el problema de la basura
We have the trash
porque
problem
no tenemos un bote de
because
basura.
we don't have a trash
Lo hemos
container.
pedido,
We've asked for
pero
it
pues no sé, tiene que haber regulaciones o un
because of
permiso
some
especial.
regulations or special permit.
El terreno de Project We Hope, pues ya sabemos que no está listo hasta que
Project
tengan
We Hope
todo
property, the lot
escrito,
is not
normas de
ready.
seguridad.
It's not going to be very soon.
Esperamos pues trabajen en ello.
We're hoping that they work on it.
Nosotros pues tenemos un sueño de trabajar en futuro en un proyecto de un parque.
We have a plan. We have a notion, a dream of planning of a
Para
park
sacar las RVs de las calles,
to get the RVs off of the streets,
para sacar también a estas gentes de las RVs
to get these people out of the RVs
con los programas de nuevas casas a bajo
with
costo.
new low-income housing projects.
Nosotros estamos trabajando con gente de otras ciudades.
We're working with people from other cities.
El domingo estuvimos con gente de Mountain View,
Sunday we had a meeting with
pero no para que
people
vengan a
with
East Palo Alto,
Mountain
para
View.
que trabajen allá y
So
busquen
not that-
soluciones allá.
not so that they won't come to East Palo Alto, so that they find solutions within their community.
Les agradezco su apoyo.
We
Gracias.
thank you for your support.
Thank you. And then speaker Nathaniel Salenti, followed by
Ahorita regreso, me voy a- Sí.
The program has placed it on there from 15 to 20 out of the 50 RVs and 50 are funded by city staff. Since the unknowns along with
Sí. Esta que está sentada ahí, ¿no? Sí. Que me agarró una verga con otra culera. Con la... No. No con la que trajo la ciudad, que ella culera. La morena. No, que no. Ya de la Patricia ni pedo. Que no tiene apoyo, ¿cómo? No.
Creo que tuvo
Menos.
5 votos, algo así.
Menos. Pues sí. Está bien, te eso para atrás.
Mucha bronquita, nombre.
No, pues estos güeyes que están peleando, pues.
Ahorita tengo que ir a arreglar la llanta. ¿Sabes qué falta el carro todo el llanta? No, a ver qué pinche llanta cómo le hago porque...
Y yo ahorita ni para darte, no son tan los chingaderas, pues, para parchar.
Ah, no, yo tengo un...
¿Tienes?
Yo tengo un kit, yo tengo uno, pero no tengo kit.
No, es que se lo pusiste mal, güey. No, el primero se igual que el chino, pero ve dónde está.
Ándale, ¿dónde está? No, yo ahorita andar si caigo ya, ¿no? Esta pinche pendejada, todos se quedan muy chingonas, nomás se empedan y ya son...
Hablar del pasado de uno te troza tu futuro, güey. Yo no voy a hablar mierda de la mierda que fui, porque no quiero ni acordarme.
Ya lo que pasó ya. Yo por eso le pedí a Dios echar otra persona y mira.
No, sí, la tarde. Yo a veces estoy así, pero agarro, me pongo a oír cosas, algo de Dios, ¿ves? Y con ganas ya a punto de echarme la escopeta al carro, irme a buscar, pero digo, ¿A dónde voy si lo hago de frente?
Ese es el pedo, y no solamente tú.
Pierdo la feria que tengo, pierdo mi
gente
familia.
Y eres lo que los afecta a uno también, ¿me
Y
entiendes?
van a decir, mira, este güey mató al pendejo aquel.
Yo me pongo a pensar, pues ya viví mi pinchito así, pero mi hijo, mis nietos, ¿me entiendes? O sea, mis hijos, mis nietos, qué chingado.
Exacto. Todo por dos pendejos. Ahí llegó el baboso, se me quedó viendo al hijo de su puta madre, el güey ese que se sentó a un lado de ti.
Ah, sí.
Se me quedó viendo acá en el pasón. Lo vi con la misma pinche mirada. Dije, hay gente que te va a tirar. Pues. Sí. Ese güey vino a tirarnos porque cuando estaba la esposa de Víctor, el greñudo, fueron a meterle a calentar la cabeza a este pendejo y vino a medio City Hall que estábamos lucrando, que la gente estábamos rentando y que lo frena, pues ya le había yo advertido a Fábrica. Dice, lo frenó, dice, no, ya lo conozco, dice, ¿cómo es mi tutero? No es ilegal que una persona le rente su RV a una persona, ¿por qué? Porque no encuentra, se la va a rentar barata, no encuentra un cuarto, porque todo está caro. Ajá. Así que porque yo tenía 2, 3, 4 RVs, y pues eso al pendejo eso me vale verga. Que si reportaba yo mis taxes, eso también te vale verga.
No tiene que decir que te reporta.
Eso es cuenta mía, eso yo sé cómo estoy con el tío Sam. Pendejo. No, te digo que llegó el pendejo luego. Y nos renunció como al mes.
Sí. Vino está cabrón, ¿me entiendes? A ver qué yo no puedo hacer en mi caso, ¿me entiendes?
No, pues es que el pedo que te...
Sí.
No sé, la mancha de putos trajeron lo mismo, es lo mismo. Te dejo aquí, güey.
Este es el mejor, pues. Entonces ahí te deja llegar a ver quién es ese güey, Gustavo.
No, la verdad no sé. Porque hay un chingo de cabrones.
Simón, ahí tengo razón.
Cámara, cualquier cosa me llamas. Cualquier cosa me llamas.
ultimately get priority. The ones that are currently parked in the city. Obviously, the flexibility priority system, like for families, disabled, seniors, veterans, all those categories that we mentioned before.
Yeah.
And a project we hope would administer that through their application process.
Yeah, and so then theoretically, all the RVs could apply? Or is there some cutoff or something that would off the bat say, well, you cannot apply? You cannot be on a, other than the, the fact that there's a period when if you don't have registration, you gotta get that, if you don't have this. But other than those, basically anyone could
Yeah,
sign up.
the threshold, the only real strict threshold is you must be currently parked in the city at the time of the introduction of the ordinance.
Right.
And then you have 30 days to apply for the application.
Yes.
Other than that, there's not a real additional criteria. And when you get the certificate, doesn't mean that you necessarily, or intent on participating in the program, but it gives you an opportunity to take advantage of a 9-day period.
Yeah.
And we're suggesting that that would even apply to fifth wheels that currently will have a difficult time participating in the program, but we do understand the fifth wheels are, the occupants are in dire need of assistance. They might be some of the more critical homelessness folks that might need some kind of assistance. So if the council were interested in providing that level of assistance, that $1,000 might not go towards, registration assurance. It might go towards some other type of service needs that Project We Hope determines is appropriate additional funds over what other existing sources are available.
Yeah. Then one last question, just to be clear. Could you remind me of the existing, because we know there are some existing laws that maybe are difficult to enforce, or at least at the state that we cannot, we can't overstep the boundaries of what the state law allows. So right now, the state, there's a commercial license, let's say, right?
Go ahead, sorry.
No, so the one hand we have like commercial licenses, and those vehicles can park only 1 hour, and then have to move, or they can park all the time.
The state vehicle code allows the city, which Palo Alto has in place, the ability to enact a restriction on commercial vehicles within parking in the residential area. And East Palo Alto taken advantage of that section of the code, so that's where the 1 hour limit for commercial vehicles, not just park, but transversing through residential areas.
Yeah, so currently we have that.
But it's at 5,000 pounds,
Yeah.
which when we look at the vehicle, 5,000 pounds of this thing is causes a lot of larger pickup trucks that are not oversized vehicles to be in violation. So that's why we're suggesting 8,000 pounds. And a lot of cities who have also take advantage of that section of vehicle code and acted similar regulations as us, really sets the limit more like 8,000, 10,000 pounds. So this change would bring it more into conformance with other cities. But we do know that enforcing something like that is difficult because identifying commercial, you could, first you gotta be over a certain weight limit, but commercial vehicles. Yeah, the other, if part of your question is, we do have in place already the 72-hour limit ability under the state vehicle code to ticket and tow abandoned vehicles, etc. I think in talking with the police department, especially the 72 hours or even the 1 hour parking, is you have to go and mark the tires, and you got to come back, and with a limited number of hours for community service aides, the feeling that even though that will require additional, like, off hours or early morning enforcement, at least you can, at one time, go observe if a vehicle is exceeding those defined hours and be able to give them a warning or sign them accordingly, rather than having to come back and chalk the tires and then, vehicle can simply move 1,000 feet and the situation is abated.
But just, yeah, thank you, Madam Chair, for the initial, just some initial clarifying questions for now.
Thank you. The mayor had to run to the rescue, so are there other council members? Councilman Moody.
So, you suggested that well, you stated that there's, the city has allocated about $500,000 towards the program to date.
Right.
And Project We Hope has received, to date, probably 15 to 17 applications, potentially.
They can certainly,
20 plus, as you can see. So, right now, it looks like we have about 150 to 170 RVs, oversized vehicles.
no, there's 157 total oversized vehicles and RVs. That includes, big rigs.
Yeah, 150.
Yeah, so the RVs itself, however, RVs and fifth wheels is 58. And one thing we did not verify, especially in other residential areas, whether the RVs or fifth wheels that are parked out on the city street are actually being occupied. In some cases, it could be an RV that a resident has and they simply park it out on the street. So we did certainly verify that these RVs are occupied. I think it's probably safe to say that almost all, if not all, of the RVs on Bay Road are occupied. But, we did verify that.
So one of your recommendations is that we allow for the weight capacity, right, for residential vehicles to be increased.
Yeah, to 9 to 8.
So it kind of feels like to me that we're moving the thought from one area and trying to spill it into the residential.
So when we looked at what these thousands means, a lot of the pictures that are shown with the box trucks and the flatbed trucks, I haven't verified, but many of those are likely over 8,000 pounds.
Okay.
But it could very well be, you might have a box truck or a smaller, flatbed truck that is under 8,000 pounds. So to us, the really critical issues from a safety standpoint is quite honestly the width of the vehicle from a safety standpoint is the most critical. And then as far as parking space is concerned, vehicles that might take up more than one parking space, which 23 feet might be the length of a generous on-street parking space.
So the city has provided a lot of support for the RV community in the Bay Road area. But we've also seen an increase in vehicles throughout the city. Part of the challenge initially was how to manage the waste, right? The issues related to sanitation and garbage and things of that nature. Are we experiencing a spike in other areas of the community that are being supported or not supported? Is there a spike?
I can't provide a definitive answer, but I do know in the Bay Road area, conditions have worsened. And the amount of funds we currently have spent to date, 91,000, staff's opinion that is clearly not adequate to deal with the public safety, life safety risk out there. The waste is accumulating quite quickly. That's why we're increasing the servicing to at least once a week. We're at 91,000 is not reflect a once-a-week pickup. It also doesn't reflect that we have just recently in December added another porta potty to the two that are already out there. And we're finding out even now that with the amount of dumping in the porta potties, if, I don't want to mention pictures, but I've seen pictures, and unfortunately it's a pretty dire situation. Then when you add the situation of the fire risk, there are 2 fires happening out there, and certainly spacing the RVs out may not prevent a fire, but it would at least maybe mitigate having the fire spread more easily to the adjacent vehicles.
If we were to,
We're not seeing the same complaints from the RVs in the neighborhoods, and I think there's a couple of reasons for that. Some of them are parked in front of people's homes, some of them are maybe a relative visiting, and I think if they are purely transient, I think they know that there are more eyes watching them, so they come and go more quietly. But we haven't seen a commensurate uptick with complaints related to sanitation and dumping in the more residential areas. It's with one exception in the University Village, which we dealt with very quickly. It's mostly been clustered in the Bay Road area.
the police department submitted I guess a report that they've allocated 8,300 citations. And you said within the last 6 months, that number is probably about 3,500.
Yeah, what's in the report and in the PowerPoint, those are stats directly from our police department. It's not I'm sure they may have a report, but they provided me the data. So, for instance,
Where is the police department?
Unfortunately,
Looking at you.
yeah, well,
They're not, unfortunately, we couldn't line up their services for this meeting.
I'll just say that I think our chief of police is in, he is at a conference at University of San Francisco.